What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. We got a lot going on here. It looks like we may have found at least the potential source of the leaked documents from the Department of Defense and the Pentagon, and it may be treason. But first, Florida is dealing with a massive situation here, which we have not seen in decades. Take a look at this.
This is Fort Lauderdale. Heavy downpours and thunderstorms here and in many other parts of South Florida. Vehicles submerged, and this video shows a person swimming down a flooded street. Weather forecasters are calling the rainfall in some areas of Broward County a 1 in 50-year rainfall event. Some other places are seeing even more extreme rainfall, possibly up to 20 inches of rain. That would be at least a 1 in 200-year rainfall event. All this according to a CNN analysis of precipitation statistics from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. On Wednesday evening, officials in Fort Lauderdale asked residents to avoid driving or traveling to or across the city. In a news release, they told residents, quote, public works staff are clearing drains and operating pumps to mitigate the water as quickly as possible. The Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport was a drenched mess for many travelers, as shown by this video posted on Facebook. Another person posted this video and photographs on Twitter. An airport almost completely paralyzed by the historic flooding. By Wednesday evening, the airport was closed. Heavy rain in Miami-Dade County as well. Here, too, in the city of Miami, residents are experiencing severe flooding. In Hialeah, streets have become rivers. For many residents of this mobile home trailer park, the water is not draining fast enough. On Wednesday night, the National Weather Service told residents in South Florida to stay off the roads and not attempt to travel unless they're fleeing an area subject to flooding or under an evacuation order.
Yeah, it basically looks like a hurricane hit there in multiple different cities and areas there of Florida. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody that is dealing with the situation. Let us know down below in the comments section if you were there or if you have any friends or family there, how it is and what you're dealing with. There's going to be a lot of damage. Let us know down below in the comments section. Next up, we're getting some information here about the potential source of the leaked intelligence that came from inside our Defense Department of this leak. Take a listen to this because this is absolutely insane, and this is actually going to be considered treason.
Looks like the Washington Post might be zeroing in on the person who leaked the top secret Pentagon documents on social media. The Post spoke to one of the alleged leakers' online friends, and he says a leaker posted hundreds of pages of photos of classified U.S. intelligence in a private group on Discord. It is a platform that's popular with video gamers. Now, the friend says that the user, who is known as OG, indicated that he brought the documents home from his job on a military base. OG claimed that he spent some of his day inside a secure facility that prohibited cell phones and other electronic devices that could be used to steal secret information.
I was first made aware of these documents, I want to say about 6 to 8 months ago. I was in a Discord server by the name of Doug Shaker Central. And in this channel, there was classified documents being posted by a user who I will refer to as OG from this point. The documents were often listed as Ukraine versus Russia at first. However, it slowly spiraled into just intelligence about everything.
So the Post is reporting that OG took hundreds of photos of the actual documents and shared them with the group, including detailed charts of the battlefield in Ukraine and highly classified satellite images. National Security reporter Natasha Bertrand is at the Pentagon with more. Natasha, this is an unbelievable story to read. He had been posting them for a while. The folks there didn't believe, that it was actually real. And the friend says that there were Russian users in this online group.
Yeah, Don, this is really remarkable reporting here. So what we are learning is that the alleged leaker of these documents was someone who works at a military base, according to this friend who was on this server with him and had been posting documents for months and months in this group chat that did include foreign nationals, including, according to this friend, Russians and Ukrainians, as well as other people who said that they were from Eastern Europe. Now, it is not clear at this point, of course, who this leaker actually is. He is only being referred to as OG, and the friend has refused to identify him at this point because they say they are aware that the FBI is undergoing a very intense leak hunt for this person, but they know where they know his real name, they know where he lives, they say, and they know that he works on a military base where he can have access to all of these documents. But look, in terms of what this group actually was and what kind of bound them together, it appears that they all had a love, according to this friend here, of God, the military, guns. Here is part of what he had to tell the Washington Post.
He was a young, charismatic man who loved nature, God, who loved shooting guns and racing cars. He did see himself as the leader of this group, and he was the leader of this group. And he wanted us all to be sort of super soldiers to some degree, informed, fit, with God, well-armed, stuff like that.
So originally, according to the Post, OG, the leaker, alleged leaker, was actually hand transcribing these classified documents that he was bringing home from his work every day. Ultimately, that became too tedious, according to this friend, and he actually just started taking photos of the documents themselves and posting them online. And those are the documents that CNN and other outlets have been reporting on for the last week or so that has spurred a massive investigation across the federal government for this alleged leaker, Don.
Natasha, let's talk about his intentions here. Just to keep his friends informed, he wanted them to be informed about what the government was doing?
According to his friend who was on this chat with him, it appears that he was motivated by a very dark view of the government. He was not necessarily motivated by, for example, being in favor of Russia or being in favor of Ukraine. He was motivated instead largely by conspiracy theories, and he had a very dark view of the intelligence community and the military writ large. And he wanted to show his friends kind of where taxpayer dollars were going in terms of the intelligence community, what the military was doing, and of course the kind of support that the U.S. has been providing to Ukraine. He wanted to keep this group up to date on current events, and one of the friends did say that they were always impressed by how ahead of the news he seemed to be. So obviously this is going to provide a lot of fodder for law enforcement and of course the Pentagon, who have been turning over every stone to find this guy.
Yeah, well, all that's fine and dandy, and you can have a view on the government however you like. Well, not all of us, but some of us are critical of the government and how it works. And that's great. But stealing classified documents from the military, especially when you work for the military, that's you're looking at potentially decades in prison and crimes of treason. That's quite a different story. I'm not sure I would do that. Yeah, you can let me know your thoughts in the comments. Honestly, I think they're going to probably find this guy, and then he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Also, as an update, they have identified who they think the leaker is. U.S. officials identified leaked classified documents suspect as 21-year-old Air National Guardsman here just moments ago. The person suspected of recently leaking classified U.S. government documents has been identified as 21-year-old Jack Texiera, member of the Massachusetts Air National Guard, two law enforcement officials said this morning. I know he's only 21 years old, but I hope he realizes how serious this is. Now, what we are learning, though, if this source and what we're learning here is true, that it wasn't Russian hackers, but when it got online, it could have still been altered. Because we know once they're online, somebody can literally just take the document, Photoshop it, just literally, take a number, white it out, and then change the number. That still can be done pretty easily, pretty easily. Whether or not that was done in some cases or not, we don't know. So you got to take all that pretty much with a grain of salt. Honestly, if my inkling is that most of these documents are correct, some may have been altered. So you got to kind of keep that in mind. You know, particularly the ones that I find most interesting is that Ukraine is running out of ammunition in as early as next month. And I mean, we've also seen the same thing here of Russia running out of ammunition as well. And this just kind of shows how long in the tooth the war has been already just in the first year. Russia and Ukraine both running out of ammunition. So think about that. And also think about here if there was a larger type of war situation that the United States got drug into, NATO got drug into, China got drug into, North Korea got drug into, and we're already starting to see low ammunitions here on kind of both sides. It doesn't mean that the United States is low on ammunitions, but obviously we're helping supply them with these. Okay. Yeah, so you just kind of think that through there. Russia, there has been a lot of reports that they are low. Obviously, they're working on making more here on a daily basis. Yeah. Also, you can see here, there's a lot of stuff to go through here. Leaked intelligence document shows that Egypt, a longtime ally of the U.S., secretly planned to provide Russia with 40,000 rockets and powder. Um, yeah, so you can kind of see here, not so good here, and you kind of wonder why some countries may be wanting to provide Russia with stuff like this, or is it just maybe some groups inside maybe wanting to just make some money? Interesting. Now, I don't think this has actually happened. So again, you gotta take this stuff, just on a face value here. Another one here, leaked U.S. assessment includes warning about Russian hackers accessing sensitive infrastructure. We've seen a lot of this. We've covered a lot of this here on our channel about Russian hackers and all the things they've actually hacked here in the U.S. A Russian-speaking hacker group called Zarya broke into the computer network of an unnamed Canadian gas distribution facility in February, according to the leaked document. So there's probably a lot of Russian hacks that we don't even know about that haven't been made public that our government probably knows about. And yeah, so I mean, think about how many hacks have happened from Russian hackers or other hackers that have happened that we publicly don't know about. One thing's for sure is the United States better step up their game, because there's a lot of situations here that we need to be on high alert about, including people from our own, our own intelligence, our own military members. We need to be very, very secure with them, and they need to have a talk with everybody and say, hey, you can't be leaking anything, because think about, and they need to go over like the the consequences over this stuff. And cybersecurity wise, they need to be having the top people going over the vulnerabilities and making sure that nothing can be hacked. Or I know that that's not really possible, but they need to be going over every access point, double, triple checking them, and constantly going over those. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here on our YouTube channel. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe down below. Click the bell icon so you don't miss out on new videos here, and that will notify you every day here when we have new videos come out here. Here's some videos you should watch next. It's coming for all 50 states because of what the Fed is doing right now in this new video here. So click on that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.